once wrote that Africa Rising is no PR stunt, and that while Nigeria is at the forefront of that rise, in the heart of it really is this city, the city of Lagos, a city that has been nicknamed Africa's own Silicon Valley.
Lagos is Nigeria's biggest economy and Africa's fifth, with an estimated population of 24 million. It is regarded as the city where an increasing entrepreneur-investor turnaround is creating immense value in technology ventures and a robust return on investment with meaningful social impact. But on the flip side, it is a city also rated as the second worst to live in. Lagos is in the quest for a new chief executive to run its affairs for the next 4 years in the second leg of Nigeria's 2023 national elections.
You must have the capacity to motivate. You must be a people's person. You must be empathic. That means you must feel people's pulse. You must put yourself in their position and imagine how they feel. You must be a good economic manager. You must understand macroeconomic issues. You must have a good grasp of economics. You must be a social worker. And what I mean by social worker, it means that you must be conscious of the fact you have the responsibility to elevate the society in terms of social amenities, social infrastructure, such as the educational system, healthcare system, sanitation system, and infrastructural system.
16 political parties are presenting candidates, but 4 of them have been very visible. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, 57, of the All Progressives Congress, is seeking a re-election.
Lagos is getting to a stage where, right, all of the great things that we're doing under the team's agenda, right, might not in itself, right, have, been fully appreciated, right, in education, in health, in transportation. So all of that put together shows that, there's something consistent. There's something that it's about Lagos that is coming up, right? And that people need to be positively looking out for it, right? But the themes of the economic policy is not far from the ones that we're currently using. So the rising of Lagos, right, is rising in all of the thematic area, that we have worked on in the past, 4 years or thereabout.
Olajide Adediran, 45, former journalist and a media entrepreneur, is of the People's Democratic Party, a major opposition.
In the state of Lagos, we have only had this monopoly that would not allow people to breathe, monopoly that has taken over the economy of the state of Lagos for over 2 decades. The monopoly that has always been installing people that are not prepared to be in office. People that will be at the mercy of the monopoly itself. So this we need to change. This we need to look at and see. By the time we break this monopoly, we will install what we call a breath of fresh air in all sectors of Lagos economy. Today, the governor of Lagos State can't even do anything without requiring that second level approval. This we need to break. Lagos is a wealthy state. Unfortunately, that wealth is just on paper. It's about time we birth in Lagos that will be wealthy indeed and wealthy in truth.
40 years old Gbadebo Road Driver is a trained architect riding on a new political wave of the Labour Party.
Lagos is not working because there are 2 million children out of school. 2 million is more than the entire population of Nasarawa, Bayelsa, and Abuja at the last census in 2006. Yes, that could be the population of a whole state, and that is out of school in Lagos. Ikwe Dide. In 2019, a bold driver named Tommy Waziri was attacked and shot in the face at Akpogwon Bridge around 8:30 p.m. He is currently visually impaired. Till today, the shooter was never found, and lawsuits that gave him an appointment for 1 week only attended to him 3 weeks later. Eventually, he had to get treated in a private hospital. Lagos happened to him.
Funsho Doherty, 55, completes the top 4 contestants. He is campaigning on the platform of the African Democratic Congress.
What we want to tell Lagosians is that this is a golden opportunity and it's a defining opportunity to move Lagos in a new direction. We've had Lagos essentially under one administration for almost 25 years. We believe that this is a period that has been characterized by a concentration of the resources of the state in a few hands, whereas poverty has become widespread and we have not had broad-based prosperity across the state. Our mandate is to come in. We have an agenda which we call the Tiger Agenda. That agenda is designed for Lagos to deliver quality of life, dignity and respect to the average Lagosian and to lay a foundation for a Lagos in the first world.
Unlocking the huge Lagos economic potentials means urgently addressing power supply deficits, huge infrastructure gap, and provision of basic amenities like pipe-borne water, among many others.
I stay at K2 there. We don't have pipe-borne water for the past 8 months. Water has not been flowing. We use a borehole and we pump water by ourselves, so we need water to be flowing. It was working before some years back, but throughout this year or throughout last year there was no water. And then the traffic situation in Lagos, most of the roads are narrow, the drainages are very bad, so they should work on all those things and make life easy for the citizens.
Lagos was a pride to every Nigerian, and I'm so happy so far that Lagos is still the pride of every Nigerian. So I would prefer my governor, my incoming governor, to focus on infrastructure and housing, because it pains me that a lot of Lagosians, a lot of Nigerians still sleep under the bridges. It hurts when I see some Nigerians in Lagos that lives in a very pitiable condition.
Sanwo-Olu, first one, Wole. Second time now, we are still coming. And you are saying you're the youth, we are not happy. We are not happy. Okay, Baba they have entered. We are accept Baba. Sanwo-Olu now, we are still expecting Sanwo-Olu to come inside now. Okay. What are you going to do for the youth? What we want you to do for us is to expose something for us to be doing. Anything. Yes, as young man, yes. We need to be doing something. And our boys, trying, no work, no anything there. Everybody's jobless. Anybody will do. We are not happy to eat, to drink water. Difficult. No.
In this Lagos, there is no food, there is no money. We are suffering for money and food. We have money, we cannot use the money. We cannot collect money from bank. Everything should be changed. And school should help us a lot of school, the school that our children. So there should be a lot of school.
Today, Lagos does not have a central sewage system. A modern society should have that. We should have efficient road transport infrastructure where highways, overpass are running over each other like you have in other modern cities. And because we have the revenue profile to do that in Lagos State. If you look at the figures that are being bandied around us as the monthly revenue of the tax revenue of the government, Lagos State government, I heard the figures are around the 50 billion in that region. A 50 billion per month simply gives you, in 10 months, is 5 trillion naira. So you're talking about 6 trillion naira from a single revenue source, which can still grow further. Because the more you expand the economy of Lagos, the more you grow the revenue.
And this is the message from those seeking to lead them for another 4 years.
Our Tiger Agenda, the T stands for tax reform for equity, prosperity and growth. I stands for infrastructure, befitting a modern megacity. G stands for government reform. E stands for education and health systems that the people trust. And R stands for rule of law and public order. And we have a lot of policies under each of these thematic areas, which we've talked about at length in various fora.
My vision to transform Lagos is built on 7 pillars. Number 1, substantial poverty reduction through inclusivity. The second pillar, we're going to push employment creation through industrialization and digital intensive transformation. The third pillar, we're going to transform substantially our health and education, and we're going to target it at being leaders in Africa in relation to the indexes. We're also going to ensure that we create world-class, first-class infrastructure and create a Lagos that is secure. A Lagos that can truly run 24 hours in the span of 6 years and 15 hours in the span of 4 years. But all of this is going to be built on a robust, strong local government administration that will allow for excellent governance to exist and be close to the people.
In 24 years, the only thing this government has been able to give us in terms of rail transportation is a 2-bus stop railway, from Mile 2, from Marina to Mile 2. What you have in between is 2 bus stops. The first one is Igomu. The second one is Orele. After Orele is Mile 2. When we should be talking about integrated rail line system that will come from Ikorodu, intersect in Ikeja. If you're going to Alagbadu Egbeda, you follow one. If you're going to the CBD on the island, you follow one. This is what Lagos needs by now. Today, we have 180 kilometer of a coastal line in Lagos, and we're not still have what we call a Miami-like waterfront. So what we are going to do is to go out there and shop for those that can come and give us a Miami-like waterfront where you can have tourism activities like meeting, international conferences, exhibition centers, things that would inform
the blue economy.
Absolutely.
So a vote for you means a greater Lagos rising higher than the
Absolutely.
Turn me out of my mind. Lagos, sing this shit right now. 1, 2. You don't need no water.
The vibrancy of the youthful Lagos and Nigeria's population is coming into play in the build-up to this election. More youths are expressing readiness to participate and vote. That has charged the atmosphere, especially online, where they are mostly active and even offline.
We must vote! We must vote!
So, onto whose hands will the ever-active emerging mega city of Lagos entrust itself in the next 4 years? Will it be Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the incumbent APC governor, with his greater rising Lagos message, or will it be another Jide, that is Olajide Adediran, the man who is promising a breath of fresh air into Lagos politics, or will it be Gbadebo Roots Vival, the man that prides himself as the architect of a new Lagos, or Mr. Funsho Doherty, the financial expert ADC candidate who is promising every Lagosian a new lease of life if elected, no matter their social status. Indeed, days are dissolving into hours for that final decision. Tokunbo Oyetunji, Arise News, Lagos.